Welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm your host, John Heiss. I'm joined, as always, by my friend, the great Matt Modi. Everybody knows that the best time to start laying the wood to the books is in the morning, and that's what we do every single morning on this channel. For that reason, hit the subscribe button, get the notifications on. You don't want to miss another one of these shows for the rest of your life. While you're doing all that, let's see what we did yesterday. Modi, I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah.
You had some green.
Yeah, I did. Damian Lillard, that was obvious that he was going to come through. Scotty Barnes was close. I think he had 3 rebounds. So, like, a couple missed shots go differently. He was right there. Not my fault.
7 more.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we needed was 7 more. And then Trae Young, I think I cracked the code where bet on guys who end up getting ruled out, because then I can just say that. Obviously that would have hit. So I'm going to put that in my winning column of my bets. So we had that happen 2 days in a row now.
Correct. Yeah. I miss Nick Smith. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people were like trashing him in the mentions. Dude, the guy was out there trying, man. He took 5 shots on the night. Guess what? All 5 were threes. Unfortunately, none of those shots connected, which was why we lost. But, I mean, what do you want the guy to do? I mean, he was out there doing what he could. I mean, he's taking 3 after 3 after 3. Not really that close either on all of them, but still trying. And that's all we can really ask for.
Yeah. That's all you can ask for.
It is what it is. We're going to move on to tonight. There's no football, so that's tough. That's something we got to get used to on Thursdays. But guess what? It's basketball time, so we're fine. We got the NBA. We're going to be fine. I bet you we still have 5 bangers that have no chance of losing, just like always. So you go first, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm going to go with Dean Wade over 1.5 made 3-pointers, plus 110 odds at plus 110 at BetMGM, also plus 110 at ESPN Bet and Bet365. So you can get it anywhere. His over under points is 5.5 with the over at minus 130. If he's getting 6 points, it's coming on 2 threes. So I'll just take the better price. Going up against the Thunder, who do a lot of things well, but they allow the highest frequency of shots against them be catch and shoot 3-pointers, and they allow the most corner 3-point attempts per game. Dean Wade, over the last 10 games, taking the most corner threes on the Cavaliers and taking the second most catch and shoot 3-point attempts as well. The player above him is Max Strus. He takes 1 more attempt per game, and his threes is pricing like the minus 180s for over 1.5. So you're just getting a way better price on Dean Wade, who only takes a little bit less in terms of catch and shoot. I like the fact that he's missed this in 3 straight games. He's 2 of 13 in his last 3 games. He's still playing the same amount of minutes. So he's a good defender. So the coach is going to leave him out there. They need him out there to shoot. And he had cashed it in 5 of 6 games prior to that. 7 of 8 games prior to that. That's just how 3-point shooting works. You make some, you miss some. He'd miss some. Now he's going to make some. Plus money. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, you want to get all the misses out of the way, and it looks like he did that.
Exactly.
I'm going to go with a guy who's the opposite of cold. He's red hot right now. Jalen Green, 25-plus points, plus 115 at DraftKings. Shout out to DraftKings for letting me bet a half unit on this thing.
Wow.
You guys make me want to gamble more, especially when we're betting the easiest possible bets in the history of bets. I don't know if DraftKings knows this, but Jalen Green is on the biggest heater he's ever been on. I'm pretty sure his New Year's resolution was to score at least 22 points in every game he plays from now on. Because if it was, he's still on track. In fact, he should have just said 27-plus points, because he's done that in each of his last 6 games. He's had a 33, 34, and a 42-point game in that stretch. So he's locked in. Tonight, he's going to see the Sacramento Kings on TNT, which means one thing: more Jalen Green points. In their last 5 games, the Kings have given up 25-plus points to Steph Curry, Tyler Hero, Jaylen Brown, and Zach LaVine. Just last game, Damian Lillard hit them for 24 points, so he was right there. All I'm saying is Jalen Green is definitely dropping 25-plus points tonight, and it should not be plus 115. Feels too easy.
I'm going to say in that same game, I'm going to take another guy to score, 25-plus points. We're going to go with De'Aaron Fox. 25-plus points, plus 115 odds at FanDuel. Another one that I love, a positive regression candidate. So he scored 25 or more points in 8 of his last 11 games, but he's missed it in 2 of his last 3. He took 23 shots in both those games. He went under. 9 of 23 last game, 2 of 8 from deep. The game before that, 7 of 23, 1 of 8 from deep. He still scored 23 and 20 points in both of those games. he just shoots a little bit better. He's easily getting us to 25 plus points. And I mentioned he's done it in 8 of his last 11. The other game he went under, he still scored 23 points, still put up 19 shots. The volume of this guy is insane recently. Going up against the Rockets, another good defense, but they allow the second most points per game to pick and roll ball handlers. That's like 30% of the points that De'Aaron Fox scores. But I like the fact that De'Aaron Fox doesn't just rely on the three-point shot. Actually, the majority of his shots on the shot zone, on the graph of an NBA court, comes from the non-restricted area of the paint, which is the weakest part of the Rockets defense. They guard the perimeter well. They guard the restricted area well. They kind of will just let themselves open or leave players open for that, like I said, non-restricted area of the paint. That's where Fox scores the majority of his points. He's going to run a bunch of pick and rolls. He's probably going to do a bunch of hook shots, push shots, or not. I didn't mean to say hook. I meant to say push shot from that area of the court, easily getting us to 25 plus points.
Sweet, sweet. I like it. I'm going to go with an earlier game. I need something very early, and it's going to be Alex Sarr over 1.5 made threes plus 112 at Caesars. We took a guy to hit 2 threes last night, and he didn't come through, okay? Most people wouldn't even have the courage to step back up, but not us. We're built different, better. The thing is, we're bringing in the heavy artillery tonight, okay? We're talking Alex Sarr here. The guy makes it rain from downtown. He could fit a beach ball through the rim from half court if he wanted to. Simply put, he's a wizard. He's also a home rims guy because he shoots 38% from deep at home. He's only 24% on the road. That's a huge difference. Tonight, he's going to see the Phoenix Suns in Washington, so that means it's go time. These guys are never going to see Sarr coming. Look at their schedule. Phoenix hasn't seen a center that will even attempt a three-pointer in 10 days. They're going to give up at least one just because of that. All we'll need at that point is Sarr to hit one more, and we're swimming in cash. Feels easy.
Yeah, you love three-point props. That's what everybody says about you, is that you love three-point props.
Big three-point guy.
Yep, huge. All right, I'm going to go. We haven't had enough plus 200 bangers on here, so I'm going to rectify that. Jalen Duren, double-double, plus 200 odds at FanDuel. I don't understand this price. It should probably be closer to plus 100 as opposed to plus 200. Both his points and his rebounds prop are priced at 9.5 with the over favored. So books are expecting him to get 10 in both. I get that the reason why we're getting such a good price is because he needs to do both. And that's basically like a parlay of 10-10. He's done that in both games against the Pacers this year. In terms of points, he scored like 16 and 18 points, something like that. I forgot to write it down. It's not my fault. What I do know is that he hit 10 or more points in both games against the Pacers. And it's a great matchup. The Pacers allow the 7th most points per game in the paint. And if you look at Jalen Duren, he's played 11 teams that are bottom 10 guarding points in the paint. He's hit 10 or more points in 9 of those 11 games. Rebounds is a little bit scarier, but whenever Jalen Duren doesn't get rebounds, it's because he's in foul trouble. Pacers don't draw a lot of fouls. They're bottom half in terms of free throws attempted. He had 13 and 12 rebounds against the Pacers in both their games, or in the 2 games this year, with 18 and 20 rebound chances. If we just look at like games in which he's had even 17 rebound chances, which is less than what he's had in both those games, he's hit 10 or more rebounds in 13 of those 18 games. Nobody's going to get him in foul trouble. He's going to collect a bunch of boards, going to score at least 10 points. And for plus 200, I just thought that line was crazy. I'm not going to quite say someone should get fired over it, but I'm not necessarily saying you should give that person a raise.
They should get a stern talking to.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like a very stern one. I got a lot of those back in the day, so I know exactly. Yeah, just a stern talking to. All right, that's awesome. That was 5-0, just like we promised. So there is that. I'm super excited about that. Find Matt Modi at Jedi Modi on Twitter and on YouTube. If you want more of what I'm doing, it's right here on this channel. Hit subscribe. Get the notifications on. Seriously, you don't want to miss anything we do on this channel. I'm going live today at 4 p.m. to use the tools at OddsJam. So we're going to find even more bangers. If you want, join us then. Get the notifications on, though. That way you don't miss it. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.